Okay, let's raise more big questions tonight on the show. Who will reboot India's IT city and Bengaluru's crumbling infrastructure? Will the new government there get it right? And joining me now, my two guests today, Revati Ashok is Managing Trustee at the Bengaluru Political Action Committee, and Syed Nasir Hussain is Senior Rajya Sabha MP of the Congress from Karnataka. Appreciate both of you joining us. Revati Ashok, tragic death of a young woman has led us once again to ask the question, governments can change in Karnataka. Will anything change on the ground in Bengaluru? A young girl losing her life when an underpass got flooded in the rains yesterday?
Yes, Rajdeep, it is very, very unfortunate that within 24 hours of the new government getting sworn in, we have this very unfortunate incident once again. And it just brings horrific memories of what happened just last year, not so long ago. It was in September. And we had these horrific rains, which we saw those terrible images of people getting transported in tractors and trucks and whatever else. But what we have seen, the larger issue is climate change is here to stay, and governments cannot hope to ignore climate change anymore. And we have been, ever since we saw the disastrous flood situation in Chennai, we had written to the then government saying that you must create a disaster management cell and you must have a climate resilience plan. And we must ensure that we have all the various things that we need to do to attack climate resilience. Unfortunately, nothing much has been done. And I think this is a wake-up call right from day one for the new government, that there is a lot of work to be done. Simple things, let me just take this horrible example of this woman getting caught in the floods. I think there has to be, first of all, a huge education of people that when there is rain and there are flash floods, people should not take the risk of going through the underpass during such flooded situations. People don't do it wantonly because they want to risk their lives or want to lose lives. But I think just like in COVID times, the government had very insistently tried to educate people on the need for washing their hands and various other safety measures that they should take. They must send out these messages as soon as you pick up your phone. It should come out with a message what you should do and what you should not do. So that is one big thing that they can do to hugely educate people, and so that people don't take unnecessary risks. Point number one. Point number two, I think there is a lot of work to be done in the existing underpasses. The existing underpasses are all badly designed. They must have hydrometric sensors where you can see what kind of levels, and there should be a visual cue for people saying that this is the dangerous level that water is reaching. These sensors will provide people, and there should be alarms as well, so that people know visually that it is reaching a dangerous level. Third point, I think very important, you must have pumping, automatic pumping, which will continuously pump. It's not just enough to pump, but you must know where this water will drain off and how it will drain off. All the flyovers and underpasses are extremely prone during these heavy rainfalls, and it is not just once or twice a year. It's raining at all odd times, and climate change is here to stay. So therefore, you must have these water level sensors and pumping systems that should be set into motion immediately. Apart from that, garbage and debris management is a very huge issue, because, yes, garbage and debris management is a very big issue.
I think you're making points which I think, so some are short-term, some are long-term. Can I just for a moment bring in Syed Nasir Hussain? Because, the government has come to power, the Congress is euphoric about coming to power, but Bengaluru, the IT capital, is the centerpiece of Karnataka. 1 in every 4 Kannadigas lives there. And you have seen what happened in June, July last year, and we've seen what's happened now again, just with much less rain. You've already had a tragic death. How conscious is your government? You need a minister for Bengaluru. We all are fighting over ministerial berths. You need a minister for Bengaluru who's going to address some of the issues that Revati Ashok is raising today. You don't even have a BBMP. We don't even have a municipality in Bangalore.
Rajdeep, I think this is only the second day of the government, and in Congress party we are all well aware of what is happening in Bangalore, how Bangalore has seen some of the worst days in the last few years. We know how there are problems when the rains are on in Bengaluru city. This is not the same Bengaluru city which has been there for the last 25-30 years. Lots of population has come in, there's a lot of floating population. There's so many issues that are there. We need to have a dedicated minister only for Bengaluru city. And obviously, when we have planned to take care of the rest of the state, we do have plans for Bengaluru city also. And last time when we were in power in between 2013
No, so are you giving an assurance on this show that there will be a minister for Bengaluru? Sir, are you giving an assurance on this show that there will be a minister for Bengaluru?
There will be a,
Mr. D.K. Shivkumar had told me that a couple of weeks ago there will be a minister just for Bengaluru.
I think there will be a minister for Bengaluru city, and I hope so there will be a minister for Bengaluru city. And we did have a minister for Bengaluru city when our government was there in the past. We will definitely try and have one, because we need to have a separate minister to look after all these issues that have been raised by my co-panelists here. And also there are other issues which needs to be taken care of, because this is one of the most happening cities in our country, and this is the fastest growing city in India. We need to have a separate dedicated minister, need to bring in lots of planning, town planning, lots of planning on environment and pollution issues, roads, water flogging and so on and so forth. For that we need a holistic approach, for which we need a one-stop, one shop